High five. Now listen here. I know I've done nothing but talk trash on you Edelbrock Carter carburetors, but today is going to be a different day for you, because we're going to turn you into a Holly by turning you into a Holly. Oh. Go get y'all dial located in. Don't you worry, we're gonna make you into something good yet. So don't you worry, baby, we'll get you. We're gonna make you into something special. Oh, howdy, how are you guys doing? Jed here with Scott's Speed Shop with a public service announcement. Don't mind this Edelbrock here, it's about to get turned into a Holly. What I'm here to tell you though is, since you're here, don't go nowhere. Enjoy the video that's about to come up, but I'm going live with John Wilburn, a guy who's real famous for being with Uncle Tony a bunch of videos. Really cool Mopar guy. He's got a YouTube channel, good friend of mine. We're going to be going live together Monday, October 18th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. You know, you want to be cool, don't you? You want to be cool like a Holly carburetor. So, a little service announcement. We're going live October 18th. That's next Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard, or 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. if you live somewhere else in the world that doesn't know how to tell the time. So, look forward to seeing you then. Enjoy the video. And I'm going to turn this freaking Edelbrock carburetor into a Holly. See you later. Welcome back, everybody. Jed here, as always, with Scott's Speed Shop, and today I'm just going to show you something that y'all are going to think I'm out of my mind, and that after my cancer deal, the doctor removed a chunk of my brain, which might be possible, I don't know. But just going to show you something. One of the things that really spurred me to purchase, kill the fan, my lathe. Now, I've always wanted a lathe. There's so many things you can do with one of these, and especially on these Atlases. They actually have a milling attachment, and I plan on buying one and replace this here compound rest. And then we can really do whatever the heck we want. And I cannot tell you how many projects this thing has already done and paid for itself. We did an adapter for Dad's Alice WD tractor. I've been practicing. I've made a lot of things out of little chunks of aluminum. Practice cutting down a grade 8 bolt. Just testing what this thing can and cannot do. So, and it came with this Bison chuck down here, and I used that for the longest time, and it's a great chuck, but I needed something bigger, because that one's not that big. And it also came with the original chuck, but again, it's too small. So, the first thing I really did to really test what I can do is I cut a pulley. This was a 4-groove crank pulley for a big block Chrysler. And other than it being a large diameter, you can't really tell. There's all the chunks. I had to make some adapters for my parting tool. It's a little different brand, quick change post. 16,000 shim feeler gauge, works perfectly. So, of course, my buddy Dave did that pulley for me, and it looks fantastic. You can't even tell it was ever a 3-groover. But I had this crazy scheme in my head. I'm tired of waiting on Offenhauser to start casting their cast aluminum velocity stacks. So I have been on this hunt to find something I can use for velocity stacks. I've tried sorts of different things. I had those lights that sit up in the roof and cut them. They're just a little flimsy for my taste, even though they're, you know, the thicker ones. But we come to one late night at like 2 or 3 in the morning, looking up 7-inch diameter aluminum, and there's a frying pan chucked up in my 8-inch Westcott chuck that I actually just bought and had to refurbish, had to make a key for it. That chuck was in bad shape. But you'd be wondering, why is there a frying pan chucked up? Well, I have 2 of them. And if you just look at the shape, it's about the right shape. It's the right diameter. And the inner part of that is exactly 5 1/8 inches roughly. So the plan here is, these are probably very valuable frying pans, but they were only 20-30 bucks on eBay. Magnolites, I don't know. I'm not a frying pan connoisseur, but I needed a chuck that could chuck up this big piece, And this is a 10-inch swing bed, so this is an 8-inch chuck, so I got plenty of room there. And I needed something that didn't have a bunch of holes in it, so I found these Magnolite frying pans that had the handle cast into them. So we're going to slice that off. We'll be able to dress that with some sandpaper or with a file. We'll probably dress that with the actual tool. Now I see these things are right here. That might hurt those coming around smacking you. And I've got some attachments coming, new tools, including a boring bar. And we'll drill a big hole right here dead center, and we'll bore that out to 5 1/8 inches. And we'll have homemade velocity stacks. You know what? I'll say this. Everything going on in the world with COVID, whatever, it really sucks. It really does. There's a lot of people getting hurt. There's just a lot of things that ain't good about it. It's putting people against one another, and I don't like that. Even when you get into politics and everything, it's just not great. But what's good about it is the fact of all these shortages for parts. It's going to force people like myself to harken back to the days of early hot rodding. What did they do for velocity stacks before they could just go to Offenhauser and buy something, or they could go to Jegs or Summit? They made it. That's what I'm going to do. And it's true hot rodding at its purest, at the core, and it's amazing. It's a cool feeling. And even if it fails, you know what? I'm learning. I have taught myself how to run this thing. I've watched a couple videos, but for the most part, Dad and I have just been on here playing with it, figuring everything out, getting used to it. And it's a really good lathe. I'm very impressed with this thing. In fact, I actually used the lathe to make this key. This is some, what is this, 3/8 or something like that key stock that I shaved down to fit perfectly into here, because 1/4 inch was just, these are for 1/4 inch, but these are just a little wallered out, so I had to shave them down. And then actually machined down the end of this into a 1/4 inch round, drilled a 1/4 inch hole in here, pressed it in there, welded it, ground it. Boom. I have had so much fun with this thing. We put a switch on here. I put a little piece of rubber here so that way this doesn't come down and slam on itself. This is an amazing piece of equipment. Even though it's a small lathe, it has already more than paid for it. Well, it hasn't paid for itself because I paid quite a bit of money for this thing, but I love this thing. This thing is amazing. I really like it. Let me go show you what I made for Dad. So if any of you have ever seen the videos of the WD running with the manifold and exhaust looking like this, that's because in there, it's kind of hard to see. I hope that's getting good. There's 2 bolts here. I took a piece of 1 3/4 NPT pipe, threaded on both ends, and we actually machined off the taper. I don't know if I should really be saying machining. I took the taper off, took the threads off, and turned it down to 1.73" and 1.73 thousandths, and it pressed down in the manifold really good. We added the bolts to secure it like it should have, and then the muffler sits on it just as so, like it's supposed to be. It worked perfectly. We could have never have done that with that kind of precision before. Yeah, we could have sat there with a drill and a piece of sandpaper or a grinder. That's how we used to do it, but now we've got this lathe. It's amazing. So what do you say? Let's go start making some homemade velocity stacks. Oh yeah. For the Jezebel charger. Her 4-speed is currently underway. And once that 4-speed is done, she'll be back on the road. Maybe snow on the ground, but you know what? We'll see how it goes. Velocity stack time. Alrighty, so we have the handle chopped off. We'll do some more finish work to that, but let's just make sure she is rounded concentric with the lathe. Get her started. And sorry, the startup capacitor on the motor's no good, but it kind of works out because it allows me to pick which way I want it to spin. We are pretty good. So now we just need to measure 5 1/8. We might be able to just do this with a parting tool. You know, we just use our parting tool to come in here and cut a groove where we need it. Then once we get our boring bar, we'll be able to bore that out until we're where we need to be. Of course, we could also use our carbides too. I think that's going to work out pretty good. hope you guys enjoyed that speedy footage. It's getting late, but you know, a lot of my friends kind of laughed at the idea of using a frying pan. But you know what? Desperate times call for desperate measures. When you want a freaking cast aluminum velocity stack, you make your own. I did notice something, that these are a little bit different shaped pans, I think. This one's got a little more of a rounded belt to it, where this one is a little more angular. I don't know, they might be the same. I think they're the same. It's just this one's on the carburetor now. So you know what's really neat about this? So on Engine Masters, they tested a big old salad bowl in like their air cleaner chute and did the best. And it doesn't have, you know, the traditional velocity stack shape. Like, this is the Offenhauser I want to buy, but for the bigger carburetors, not for the, this is for like the 4 and 7/32 early carburetors. This is what I wanted to buy, but they're out of stock. They're not coming back anytime soon. And everybody on eBay who had a set are asking outrageous, like triple the price of brand new. So screw it. So check this out. This thing actually perfectly conforms to the HP body. I mean, it's literally perfect. So when I was done, this hole, this opening was exactly 5 inches ID. So it takes a little bit of force to get it on there. It don't just slip off, see? So it's actually a good friction fit. It's literally seamless. Like, literally, the thickness of this cast aluminum pan is the same as the castings. It's like it's meant to be. Holly, get on board, man. Go buy a bunch of these freaking frying pans. Don't look too bad. Yeah, some guys will be like, oh yeah, that's only a frying pan. But the only guys who are gonna know that is the guys who watch my freaking videos. So just imagine, I mean, even when these, see what I mean by friction fit, even when these things come back into stock from Offie, they're gonna be like 60 or 70 bucks a piece. Bought these for 20 or 30 bucks a piece. And yeah, I still got to take care of that where the handle was, or actually I may not even do anything with that. I'll probably just put that towards that end. But you know, you just have 2 of them bad boys. Oh yeah. So I will continue this tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and get the other pan cut and done everything with. I'll show you when we're done. Thank you for watching so far. Back to the lathe. Alrighty, well, we're back. Oh, we're missing a cover for that. But there they are. They are both done, fitted on there. And you know, honestly, we could make a little air filter setup, or like them Jegs deals. That'd be pretty good. You see the profile of how the frying pan velocity stacks turned out. Pretty happy with them. I kind of wish they had more of the shape of a traditional velocity stack. As you can see, like, this is like the true Offie one, but it's for the smaller carburetors. But I think it'll be, it's not exactly the same shape, but it'll work. But they're both done, both identical basically, and pretty happy with that. First, like, tried and true, like, real project I wanted to do with the lathe. Turned out pretty dang good. Couldn't complain. And now we have a dad. Dad, how do you think them frying pan velocity stacks turned out?
It turned out pretty nice.
Oh, Dad.
They go nice.
Dad, it's something nice to say. You know, if we get hungry,
We can always make a stir fry.
yeah, it'll just be right there. You know, just, you need some gas, just hit one of the pumps. There's your, light it, put a little screen in there, boom. Get hungry at the track, or hungry if you're just, while this engine just sits here waiting on the 4-speed, you know, while I try and get it rebuilt, just sit here and make dinner or breakfast out here.
Like an omelet.
An omelet, yeah. You know, if, you know, this isn't enough food, then we'll get some bigger frying pans, and we got some Dominators here, and they're a lot bigger, so we can really start making some dinner.
Did you tell them about my idea?
Oh. No, I never mentioned your idea.
Tell me what this looks like.
I don't think anybody's gonna get that. I would be really impressed if someone got that. Little known fact, if you don't know, Dad is a huge freaking nerd.
Star Trek.
Yeah, I'll probably do that one of these days. I got to get this pin here. Doesn't want to let go of the screw. If I get that out and I get both them handles off, I could TIG weld them to that. Dad's scheming. He's taking all my extra stuff.
Starship Enterprise.
Jeez.
The mission. Was it how many year mission was it? I can't remember how many years it was.
You just pissed off the whole internet.
I know it.
Oh well.
To seek out new life and new
You grew up
new life and new civilizations to boldly go
where no
man
man.
has gone before.
Yeah, there you go. I don't think you're gonna quite be the next Captain Kirk, Dad. I don't know.
4-year mission.
If Kansas, if
7-year mission.
if Captain Kirk was a Kansas farmer, maybe. I think he's actually from Illinois or something like that. I don't
There
remember.
was a farmer in the new one.
Yeah, but there's the stacks. You got a little giggle out of Dad. So, as always, guys, we appreciate you for checking this one out, and hopefully there'll be plenty more lathe projects in the future. Look forward to seeing you in that one. So take care. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
That's better. Got to work on the script.